Indoor track and field update. Head coach Rod DeHaven joining us from GoJax.com. Teams were in two different places last week. Everybody will be in Brookings this week. Excited about that. Let's begin by talking about what happened a week ago. No team points were kept either in Lincoln or Vermilion, but had some individual highlights you're pleased with.
Yeah, I think largely it was a pretty good weekend in both places. I think we found out some things about ourselves, and certainly this deep in the season, and now we kind of know what we are. There's potential is not really a word you use at this point. This is kind of where we're at, and you hope for maybe some breakthroughs here in the final couple meets of the regular season. But it was good. Again, the chance to travel, which given where we're going for the conference championships, I think that experience is important for the student athletes. And then again, seeing some different teams and different venues again was outstanding. I think in terms of particular stuff that stood out, Trey Tiefenthaler starting to get some things figured out in the triple jump and jumped well on an elevated runway, which probably didn't have any experience with that. For Sam Zenner and Colby Hilton running on a flat 200-meter track, I think they found some challenges in that, and they'll be probably more ready next time when we get to Fort Wayne. With the group that went down to Lincoln, Lucas Nelson's performance in the 3K was outstanding for him to jump into the top 10 in that list and about a 10-second PR. Was really good. Joe Miner also PR'd in that race, but maybe wanted a little bit more. On the women's side, Ellie Friesen and Anna Dene both had very strong races, and Ellie continues to have kind of a breakout year for herself. Oksana Covey, decent run for her in the 800, but I think we're obviously expecting some bigger stuff out of her. And largely across the board, it was a good weekend. But hopefully this weekend, competing at home, we are going to send a couple people to the Iowa State Classic. But largely we really looking for a big weekend and continue to try and build some momentum for the conference meet. But now it's about focus. It's not so much about training, and the excuses have to go out the window.
Let us discuss Friday and Saturday, the SDSU Indoor Classic, which will be at the Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex, and what you're looking forward to as far as your squads on Friday and Saturday.
Well, I think it's, again, an opportunity. We'll see some schools we don't normally see. I mean, the meet's not maybe as big as it has been in the past. With, in the past we've had over 1,600 athletes and 40 universities here. I think we'll still be in the neighborhood of 25 and, 1,000 athletes. And so I think, from a competitive standpoint, we'll get plenty of competition, so that should help. Maybe condensing the meet down largely into a one-day affair with just a few distance races on Friday night might also help, in terms of keeping, our student athletes focused, and, hopefully that leads to better performances. And, again, I think there is, for some folks, probably a sense of urgency as we try and figure out what our roster is going to be for the conference championships. And this is a big weekend in terms of determining that, because the last chance meet is very casual affair and sometimes doesn't create the intensity or get the juices flowing that a meet like this will.
And with this meet, there also are some additional pomp and circumstance, shall we say, to entice some students to come out that maybe don't normally come to track meets, not only to witness the event, but also to compete themselves.
Yeah, this the fastest student on campus is something we started 3 years ago, and instead of pulling cold hard cash out of my pocket, we'll hand out some gift cards and swag from Taco Bell, and then for the student that does run in cowboy boots, you don't have to run in jeans. You can run in whatever you would like, but cowboy boots, I will pull out $25 cash for that first person. Now, a couple things to remember: if you were a former student athlete or a current student athlete, you're not eligible. You must sign the waiver prior. We need to get you a HIP number and get you checked in. So roughly around 1 o'clock, the race will go off. Ideally, students will get checked in by 12:30, and we'll get you assigned to a lane, and we'll determine if we'll need multiple heats and that kind of stuff. But, it's a fun affair. Last year we had the jeans, which were a big thing, and it did cost a young man his elbows as he stumbled at the finish line. It's another part of the circus, I guess, that we so much enjoy at the SDSU Indoor Classic.